This episode of the Damage Guild podcast is sponsored by listeners like you. Join the guild at patreon.com/damageguild to receive exclusive perks, member rewards, and bonus content.
Last time on the Damage Guild podcast.
Kardain, in the far back left corner, you hear a hollow thunk under one of those tiles that you're suspicious of. So you lift it up, and looking down, you can see a dirt shaft with a wooden ladder leaning up to it.
I don't suppose you've had any run-ins with the Ashen Star, have you?
Dear, do you know anything about this? He calls his wife into the room. Audra comes in, thinks just for a moment, then her eyes go wide, and she brings her hands to her mouth. I'm sorry, I didn't want to admit this, but several months ago I contracted a rather large debt.
Uh-oh.
It was nothing that our business wouldn't be able to pay back in time, so I wasn't too worried, but and in fact it was already mostly paid off before all this trouble with the flies. But since this started, I've been struggling to keep up, even with the interest rates. I suppose I should come right out and say it. I spent a bit too much of my money on gambling in their halls.
Oh my dear goodness.
Oh.
Well, Basil, we shall take our leave and let you and your wife discuss this in private. This is a touchy subject.
I haven't gone back since, except to pay the bits owed, and I never planned to go back and gamble again. It was supposed to just be a bit of fun for a night out on the town.
Audra, this is shocking news indeed.
We never took you for a degenerate gambler.
A low-life scum?
What's interesting about this is, if it is related, they don't want you guys to be able to make the payments, so they sabotage the greenhouse?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about, too.
Yeah.
Well, no, it makes sense because they stay dependent on the interest.
I mean, there's the old meme of, like, having your legs broken for not paying back, a mobster, and you can't really pay them back more easily if your legs are broken, can you?
That's true. Touché. So
they broke their plant's legs instead.
We check all the plant's legs immediately.
Yeah, the gambling wasn't a good idea, but they're doing stuff to make it not fair for you all to pay it back. If this was them, we'd have to prove it.
Yes, who is this Ashen Star individual, and where may I speak with him?
Well, Verrol, I'm surprised you've not heard of them yourself, but I suppose they operate in different circles of society. The Ashen Star is a crimes syndicate, if you will, sort of a gang that operates in and around Chepfirth.
Oh, how dreadful.
Indeed. I'd heard but rumors of them, and these are truly low-life people willing to engage in whatever kind of debauchery is the flavor of the minute, if you will.
Ugh. Well, it goes without saying that I would never associate with individuals of that ilk.
Yes, well, needless to say, I was starting to worry that they might be involved, and now Audra has indeed told us the truth of it.
It seems we've pulled on a larger thread than we were prepared to deal with when we came here.
Yes, that is true. It's, we wouldn't want to get in over our heads. However, I think we owe it to Basil and Audra here to try to help them out however we can. It's certainly not fair, and I have to assume it's not legal for them to be treated this way. This is most unsavory.
And then out of character, I'll remind you that your father told you that if you were to disrupt the Ashen Star, you were to do it in a way that cannot be traced back to the Ebonvales. So keep that in mind.
Okay, that's right. I had forgotten that.
Yeah, I was just editing that part last night when when he gave you the assignment.
So we were thinking that we were going to try to catch somebody coming up through the hole, but I'm wondering, maybe we should just plug it. Buy you some time to pay them back, and maybe they'll stop bothering you.
That's not a bad idea. After all, I don't believe we have the resources to take on an entire criminal organization such as this.
But if they were able to dig through once, they could do it again, surely, shouldn't they?
Not if we use concrete reinforced with rebar, Lady Zara.
An excellent idea.
Here's one thing to think about. If we plug the hole, then the person who they're sending knows it's been discovered.
True.
And there's no ties to us. They just maybe figure that the gardeners found it and they just put dirt in it. I mean, if we make it look too sophisticated, they might think it's that they're getting outside help. But if it's just they use what materials they have on the grounds, like soil and such, then less of a chance it could...
True. But on the other hand, perhaps there's a way we could magically reinforce it. Kardain, this seems like your sort of wheelhouse. Could you think of anything that might help us?
Oh, I know a lot of different spells, but I think Verrol's right. We can't get involved in all this, can we? I mean, we want to help Basil. I like you, Basil. We want to help Basil, but...
Yes, we need to help Basil. My brother's medication is depending on it.
Yes, Master Kardain, you, being a dwarf, are stereotypically good at engineering. Perhaps you could come up with a solution.
I mean, there's certain dwarves that really get into buildings and structures. I know a thing or two about wooden structures.
Yes, weren't the Deep Fury clan miners, and didn't they live in caves and such?
Well, I think it was actually a description of our emotional disposition.
I see.
I don't know if it was location.
Understood.
I don't think that's why... Don't think that's where the family name came from. But yeah, I see what you're saying. We need to get the medicine for your brother. Why don't we just tell him we need that shipment?
We do need the shipment indeed, but if we don't somehow stop this recurring attack, then the shipments will be disrupted either way, and Audra will not be able to repay the debt.
If this is the organization you're describing, I don't think we'll be able to stop them if they want to mess with them. At that point, that's a job for the local authorities, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so. What if instead we delayed them for a long time? I mean, again, going back to your spells, your magic, what if we could collapse the tunnel that leads up from the sewers?
Then we might cause a larger issue in the sewers that could manifest elsewhere. My question was, how thick is the earth beneath the... And actually, this is out of character, so I don't know why I'm speaking. How thick is the earth, like, from the ground where the tile is to where the tunnel, like the ceiling of that tunnel below opens up? Like, how much thickness is there? How much depth?
That was roughly 10 feet.
10 feet.
Oh, wow.
And then another 5 or 6 feet to the bottom of the tunnel.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
The tunnel is built out of stone bricks.
Master Kardain, do you recall the time when you created a staircase from the very stone itself?
I do.
Are you able to do such things with stone on a more permanent basis, or is it only a temporary spell?
I know stories of grove tenders that are a lot stronger than me talking to stone spirits and making entire structures of stone just pop out of nowhere. I'm not really there yet.
How long would that take for you to get there?
Oh, I mean, that's years of study and training and spending time with the earth spirits and learning their ways. I can drop some pebbles on an enemy.
Ah, I see.
That's about it.
Is it possible that your friend Dervin might be convinced to briefly come out of his hermitude to help us with this task?
Dervin would probably fix this by growing something. That seems to be his specialty.
That may be a viable solution if we could get him here.
Do you have any spells that perhaps could weaken Earth by any chance?
Yes, perhaps if we make the entire greenhouse collapse, then there will be nothing to sabotage.
Well, surely with the roughly 10 feet of Earth beneath the greenhouse, if we could simply collapse the tunnel a little bit, that would certainly help.
Here's another question. Don't get me wrong, Zara. I love solving problems with my magic, but couldn't we just move the greenhouse a little bit to the side?
It's built into the ground, is it not?
It is fastened in place and includes age-old warden technology, is my understanding.
I was just making the suggestion.
Do you also know the spell Levitate Greenhouse? Is that what you're getting at?
All right, I'll see what I've got. Me old noggin. Don't always remember all my options, you know.
So yeah, out of character, I did a little bit of research. It looks like there's Weaken Earth, where you can reduce the durability of earth or stone. There's Expeditious Excavation. So those are first and second level spells.
I think we ought to think about reinforcing rather than being destructive, because that could have implications for whatever is above what we're collapsing or excavating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to mention that blocking off a sewer tunnel, that's ostensibly designed in a certain way.
Well, if you remember things description, it's like the sewer tunnel and then someone had like buried off to the side and then gone up. Is that accurate, Thane?
No, it's more like they got to where they wanted to in the sewers and broke through the ceiling and dug straight up, and then there's just kind of all the dirt and rocks that they dug out are piled up in the sewer, and it's kind of already blocking the passage halfway.
I see. I understood it as like a passageway that went away from the sewers,
okay,
and then they went up. So that's why I was thinking collapse that.
I see.
Okay, that makes sense.
Perhaps even a thick root system that could be convinced to grow through the opening. Master Kardain, if that is within your capability.
True.
Basil.
Yes?
Have you thought about putting a tree in your greenhouse?
Well, the shelving isn't exactly designed for trees. They tend to be rather large and heavy.
Exactly. I could generate a tree in that hole, and it would just grow and thrive. You water it.
A tree right in the very corner.
I can. So the protector tree spell, unless the game master decides or determines otherwise, like if it's like completely inhospitable, I guess is the gist of it. If I were to protector tree and it's ish the right size, I would just basically plant a tree in their hole.
Oh, so that it would be rooted in the sewer and then the trunk would come up through the hole into the greenhouse?
Yeah, we don't have to, like, I bet Kardain could figure out like how deep to bury the roots. Like I cast the spell. I imagine it's got some control.
Yeah, what if it's right next to the treehouse? It doesn't have to be inside it. If it's standing right to the side where the hole is, then the roots are going to grow out, right? They're going to cover that hole.
Yeah. Unoccupied square within range, so I could choose to cast it lower than ground level by one, right? By one square, if we want it to be deeper, but I don't know if it needs to. Like, if there's a whole tree there, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Now, listen, Basil, I could use my druidic insights to try to pick a particular tree for you. If there's something you want an apple tree? I might be able to pull an apple tree from the elemental wood plane if you want me to grow an apple tree.
Okay, I'm reading the description of the spell. It specifically says in it, the tree isn't large enough to impede movement through its square.
It's a medium tree, but here's the thing. I could prep a bunch of this spell, and I could turn your greenhouse into
a tree house.
A tree house.
Yes,
a tree
perfect.
corner. Yes.
It's the quickest solution I can think of.
Yeah, I think so.
If all we're trying to do is block off the hole, then surely we could easily just throw some sacks of extra soil and such in the corner.
That's what I said earlier, and the guys didn't believe me. We just bury the hole.
But there's nothing underneath to stop it, because it's just a hole that goes all the way through. We'd need some kind of, like, something at the bottom.
I think he's saying putting something on top of the tile.
Yeah.
Like something really heavy on top of the tile so that they can't push up on it.
But why not also put trees there? I mean, you're not blocking access to the entire square. You're just blocking access to that small hole that's coming up through. It's not a 5-foot round hole. It's just a small tile's worth.
Yeah.
Certain trees can really grow a lot of useful things.
Yes, perhaps a tree that could even be useful for producing product.
My concern then is that the tampering would be extremely obvious. They would know immediately if there's suddenly a tree growing in this tunnel that they've dug out.
Right, that it was magic. Yeah, I think we just want to close it off, bury it, put some sacks. I mean, we've helped Basil a lot just by finding out where the hole was.
It's true.
What is your concern with it being an obvious fix, Basil? You don't want them to know that you've found the hole?
No, I don't want them to know that we're onto them. That seems very dangerous in my mind.
Well, then we shouldn't put anything over it. If they report back to their boss and say, hey, we couldn't get into the greenhouse tonight. Sorry, boss, we didn't lay more bugs. He's going to be like, oh, I'm going to commit more resources to this.
Right, he's going to try harder.
So I don't think we do nothing. I think it's enough that you know, and you know you need to pay them fast. And then you also need to get Zara her brother's medicine. Basil, you have a lot you need to do.
Yes, but therein lies the problem, Kardain. They can't do all of those things because their production is reduced by these bugs. They don't have enough money to pay back the debt, I'm assuming.
Right.
And they don't have enough product to produce the medicines that they need to sell to get the money to pay back the debt.
Would it not be possible to secure debt from a more reputable source?
Such as a Vanject or something?
Perhaps. Or even an Ebonvale, who knows?
Well, and Basil, maybe you could ask some of your clients you've worked for years and years for them to pay you ahead of time. You could ask them for in advance.
I suppose I could try to call in a few favors and see if it is enough money that we could scrounge up.
Your wife did say that it was most of the way paid back. Debt consolidation has done wonders for many.
Have you heard of the snowball method?
It's a terrible idea, but you know what I thought? I was like, oh, well, we could go gambling again to try to get enough money.
Let's risk it all. YOLO.
Yes. Everything on red.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Let's just yeet your entire savings and see if we can double it.
I don't know if I could get all of the money back that I would need, but we might be able to get a decent amount. If we're lucky, it would be enough.
How about this? I could propose to my grandfather that he take a small minority ownership stake in your business for as long as it takes for the debt to be repaid, and he could front you the money. If it is merely a matter of this organization being paid back and not a supply disruption or a personal vendetta, then it seems a simple matter of money.
Well, if you or your grandfather would be willing to do such a thing.
My grandfather makes a habit of investing in local businesses and ensuring the success.
Right, and this is medicine. This seems like a really important business to have in the city. Investing in like the is this the equivalent of him investing in the Medicare of the day?
Well, I would think if my grandfather can't be convinced, then your father definitely could, Zara, because he has a vested interest in seeing this business succeed.
Yeah, true.
So if they need a loan and he gets a minority ownership stake in compensation for the loan, at least while it's being paid back, then I don't see why it wouldn't be in his best interest to do so.
Yeah, very true.
I would be very grateful for the support from either or both of you. I hope that will get them off our backs. And the sooner we can pay this off, the better off we'll all be, I think.
I certainly hope so, too. Now, I ask his wife, and I hand her like a small slip of paper and say, could you write the amount down on this piece of paper for me, please?
She thinks for a few minutes. Should be just this much left. Writes it out, hands it back to you.
Oh my, dear. Well, we'll see what we can do about this, won't we?
So here's a thought. If we're going to have Zara's family finance this, don't we want to stay nearby? Not to intercept. We don't want to intercept the person who's like bringing in the bugs. But maybe we want to be close by to fight off the bugs if they are deposited.
Yeah,
that's true.
And if we all leave to go propose the deal, then we're not here to protect Basil and his workmen.
Maybe for that reason alone, we should go to my grandfather rather than your father because of proximity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agreed.
And then we can, if all goes well, we can have Arath just write up a contract and get it taken care of, like ASAP. And then we'll truly see if it's just about money or if there's some other, like, motive behind what they're doing. That'll be the quickest way to find out.
Yeah.
Isn't your relationship with your Lord Grandfather, like, on the rocks a little bit since losing Stoke?
Certainly, yep.
I feel like we don't want to rock the boat, in my opinion. I think we try Lord Ebonvale first with maybe, like, a letter.
We could do that.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work out, then we go to your Lord Grandfather.
All right, because I do want him to eventually, like, set me free again.
Mm-hmm. You know, so I probably shouldn't bring this up because we've all forgotten about it, potentially even also the Game Master. But, Zara, weren't you, like, siphoning funds and sending them to Moss's organization, like your allowance money?
That was the plan that she was going to. She told them that she was going to see about that, but I don't know if any of those transactions have actually taken place yet.
Oh, isn't that going to be weird to them that you said, hey, I'll get you money, and then you never did? It's been a while since you said that, and they were all there and said, yeah, that sounds good, or something like that.
It's probably been about a month.
The excuse can just be my father hasn't been free with his money, and
right, but if they catch wind that instead he's investing in this medicine business, I don't know.
If they find out.
Anyway, I just don't want that to come back to haunt you, Brian. I just wanted to make you aware that that was something you said.
Yeah, that's fair.
It just came to my mind because that was another money matter.
Yeah, I can always tell them my father said no. He turned down the idea. Yeah, I'm fine with either one. I think we can go to either to Lord Josco or to my father and live alone. I think either one's good. I mean, I do like being closer to be able to fight the bugs if they come back, but I don't want to sully Verrol's relationship with his grandfather.
Further, yeah. Well, wouldn't your father open the letter immediately if it was to be sent?
That's true. How far is it again from Bosdale to...
Chetforth?
2 days each way.
2 days each way. Okay, so
we just send the letter, and then we stake out the greenhouse for 4 nights in a row, and then bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Right. But we don't actually want to pounce on the guy, right? Because then they know that we know.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to observe, right?
We just want to be standing around with little backpacks full of bug spray so that we can just, if anything comes through.
And or flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Right. The second that they leave, we kill all the eggs.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can see where they're going around to each pod and planting them or something, see what their method is. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get caught. I mean, it would probably have to be, that might be a job for you, Zara. You can see in the dark and you've got a good stealth score. Versus Verrol needs light and I'm not stealthy.
That is a very good point. All right, I like that plan.
Very good.
And we'll be right around the corner. I mean, we could do the whole tremor sense thing. And if something goes wrong somehow or they detect you, you can let me know.
Very true.
Well, if I am to steal away each night for the next several nights, we should set up a watch so that we can at least get some sleep. I will not be able to cover for the fact that I'm too tired to attend to my studies or my training during the day, so I'll have to get at least some sleep.
How far does tremor sense travel? It's 120 feet or something? Tremor signs?
I think
120.
120, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if the bugs do come back, it's not like we have to immediately kill them all. We could fight them the next day or whatever, even first thing the next morning, so that Verrol doesn't have to be out all night.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if it's literally we're just squashing the eggs or helping the gardeners find the eggs, it'd be enough for Zara to see where they're planting them.
Mm-hmm. And squish them all.
And if it takes time, I mean, how much do we know? I mean, could we do maybe some recall knowledge? How long does it take for these to go from larval or egg form into the mature? We assume that they're dumping them not mature.
Yeah, we don't really know.
It'd be pretty noisy for them to do it when they're hatched, I imagine.
Because when they go through and destroy the bugs, they said they come back about 2 days later. So I actually might assume that they're already fully adults or whatever.
Yeah. Well, but of note, we had some really good tools for that fight.
Mm-hmm.
We could fight them again if we have to.
Well, so let's see. So this is all conjecture, right? So let's have Verrol go back to his house at night. We stake out or whatever. We see what shape the bugs are in. If they're just eggs, we squash them and move on. And if they're not, then we fight them the next day with Verrol.
Yeah, well, to be clear, it's not that I mind sneaking out. It's that when we keep watch, we should actually just have one person keeping watch. Maybe we can do some recon around the area, see if there's a rooftop that we can be on, even if it's his building, just to somewhere we can kind of have overwatch, and then we can still do what we normally would do if we were camping. Just take shifts, and each of us take a watch.
By the way, we could totally solve that with magic maybe later, Jay. But for this particular scenario, I think you made a good point that you need to not be tired while you're still trying to get back in the good graces of your Lord Grandfather.
Right, exactly.
Zara and I could split the watch. We both have good dark sight. Mr. Crowley could take a watch, which is weird to think about.
He could.
But our familiars could take watches as well.
Oh, yeah. Can they? Is that a thing?
I think so, right? We'd have to give them dark vision and speech.
Yeah.
If we wanted the information immediately, right?
Yeah, plus there's the alarm spell that you and I have talked about, Shabe. That would help as well.
Yeah, but we don't want to do anything magical, right? We don't want to set them off. We don't want to...
Well, right. But if the idea is to catch them in the act, we can cast the alarm spell. We have it only signal us in our minds, not be out loud. And that way we know that they're coming, but we get a full night's of sleep otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That could be good.
Could we, or should we also just stick a sack of potatoes or a crate of bricks on top of that tile? Just a little oops, we accidentally put some supplies down here, and it makes it a little harder.
I don't think we do anything. We don't want them to be onto us at all.
We don't want to tip them off at all. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the alarm spell is good if we set it to mental.
Yes, mental.
That does make us able to sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not okay, Braun's on watch. That's when they come. It's we're all just chilling out.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm goes off. then we take a look.
Yeah, my concern with putting something down on top of the tile, quote unquote, accidentally, is that then they might escalate it to the next thing. Like, okay, we can't get the bugs in there. Now we're going to burn the greenhouse down, or whatever. Like, So
yeah, we don't want them to report back to the boss. We want them to report things like, "Oh yeah,
mission successful.
We laid more bugs just like you wanted."
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right. More bugs are in the greenhouse. They must have killed the last batch.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Good. I think we have a plan.
All right. So we send a letter immediately.
Yes. Zara writes a letter to her father.
Yeah. Dear Daddy.
Dear Daddy, can I have money, please?
Money, please, with a little picture of you holding your hand out. Money, 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 money.
You spend all the time that you were supposed to write the letter, like, sketching yourself.
Drawing a little cartoon stick figure.
Maybe this will have to be a joint venture.
True.
Another joint venture. You guys have already orchestrated one joint venture. What's another one?
Yeah, I mean, I think we start with my father, and if that's too much, then we go on to Josco.
Yeah.
Well, but that would be 4-ish days, right? 2 days to get the letter to him. If he reads it and sends you a response immediately, 2 days to get it back.
Yep.
So maybe we could, what if we set the letter up where it's like, hey, I think we should purchase this solo, but if you think it's too much, maybe we could try to join up with the Vanjeks again.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And that would compress the amount of time, because this response letter could be, hey, here's the money, do it.
Yep.
Or here's a contract to orchestrate this.
Right.
Or, yes, go halvesies with the Vanjeks.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we could figure all that out in one letter.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so I write that down. I strap it to a horse's back and then slap the horse on the bottom.
Slap it.
Get you to Fosdale.
That'll get to him.
You don't have your own messenger service, unlike Verrol.
Oh, that was my messenger service? I thought I just hired a messenger out of
Well, no, it's more like your servants were hiring messengers for you. So
It's his servants, basically.
Well, we go to the post office.
Wait, I don't have a messenger service, but I do have a raven. What if I tied the note to Mr. Crowley's leg and sent him back to my father with it?
Yeah, as the crow flies, man.
Is that crazy?
That's so cool.
Dark wings, dark words.
Dark wings, dark words, exactly.
that could work.
Yeah, that just cuts down on the travel time.
And expense.
If you send Crowley away on a super extended mission, doesn't that mean that there would be several days your morning prep as a witch is weird?
Oh yeah, how would that affect that? I don't actually know.
I think you can't memorize your spells without your familiar.
Okay.
Can he fly faster than a messenger can travel?
I would assume yes.
Brian would still have all his cantrips, wouldn't he?
I think it's realistically it's the same speed because it still would have to stop and rest. And
I like this plan because it's free. And wouldn't Brian still retain his cantrips?
you should probably look this up to be sure, but I believe you would keep everything that you currently have. You just couldn't swap out spells.
Oh, you can't change your loadout. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. That seems important.
You have to commune with your familiar, which communes you with your patron.
Yeah.
Okay. So as long as you're happy with your spell loadout, this plan seems fine.
Yeah, so pick them good and don't make any mistakes and we'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, this is really tough on you, Brian. Like, this is like an even worse form of the prepared caster. A prepared caster that wouldn't be able to swap spells in the morning. But it could be worth it, because like a messenger could be expensive or non-existent.
Okay, yeah, so it says here, you must commune with your familiar to prepare your spells each day. But then it also says, prepared spells remain available to you until you cast them, or until you prepare your spells again.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so if his spells are expended...
So you have whatever you have now is what you have.
Gotcha.
And then you can send Mr. Coley away, and you just won't get any new spells.
So like no new spell slots, like at all. So the spells that you have
I have
are
what I
the
have.
spells. Okay.
Yeah. So that does beg the question. So I assumed it was like twice as fast, but you're telling me it's the same speed basically as if we sent a messenger?
Yeah, I mean, when we researched crows, we found out that they can fly hundreds of miles at a time without stopping. But how fast can he do that? I would assume it would be faster than a horse or a messenger on foot.
Yeah, I would think so.
I'm trying to be fair between game rules and real life. Game rules, his fly speed is the same as land speed of a normal person.
Oh, okay. All right, well then,
I see.
if that's the case, then yeah, just go by the game rules. I thought his fly speed would be faster, but if not, then it is what it is. That's the rules.
Yeah.
Them's the breaks.
I mean, you could have him push himself to exhaustion again and
Not worth it.
go without sleeping.
Isn't there a familiar ability that, like, makes them faster?
Yeah, I think there is, actually.
You'd have to wait till tomorrow if you wanted to do that.
Right, but it would be worth it in the end if it made him faster, wouldn't it?
Depending on how much faster.
Looking into it.
Fast movement. Increase one of your familiar speeds from 25 feet to 40 feet.
Okay, so what
That'd
is
be
that?
significant.
60%? Is that 60% faster?
Yeah.
Yeah, math.
So then when you're without Mr. Crowley, it's a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
So I think that would basically, as an approximation, that would let you switch his abilities and switch your spells tonight and then send him, and he'd be gone for, say, the 3 days instead of 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it would take the same amount of time, but you would have you'd have the ability to switch out your spells tonight.
Yeah.
And you'd have him back sooner.
He would be separated from you for a shorter period of time overall.
If there's enough time, shouldn't we look into how much it would cost to just pay for a messenger?
Yeah, that was my next question. If hiring a messenger is not that expensive, then I might as well just do that and have Mr. Crowley.
If we can find a messenger in Fosdale, I'm sure we can find a messenger in Chetford.
As far as sending a courier or a messenger, I could use the unskilled hireling and then tack on a little bit because of the actual travel time. So final cost would be 7 silver for round trip delivery.
Round trip? Ooh, okay. 7 silv.
That's a little pricey for my liking.
Steep.
I think the Mr. Crowley delivery is just cooler.
It is. Objectively cooler.
Our cantrips are so much of what our characters are right now anyway. Right, we have, 3 level 1 spells and 2 level 2 spells. Mm-hmm. Right, it's like, you could stretch those.
As long as we're not planning to do any, dungeon crawling or other, adventures, we're not planning any heists or anything over the next 4 days, that should be fine. If we're just planning to lay low for 3 days, then I'll be fine with that, Mr. Crowley.
We're not even planning to do combat when we see the person. We're just kind of making sure that we know when they arrive so we can mitigate.
Yeah, I could be the one to prepare alarm. Like, Brian, you could pick some spells that are last resort, if we absolutely need to use them kind of spells, versus I could just have the bread and butter. I could prep alarm, I could prep some heals, I could prep the if we need to fight the bugs, I could prep the fire sphere.
Yep.
So much of my identity is tied into what my cantrips are for the day. You're right.
Yeah, so true. All right, let's save the 7 silver. We can put that toward other juicy things that we're saving up for, and I'll send Mr. Crowley instead. So I write it onto a tiny piece of parchment, I roll it up, and I tie it around his little ankle with a piece of twine.
And then you go, Mr. Crowley, Fosdale is that way. Go! And then he flies.
And he takes off flying the opposite direction.
He starts flying to his freedom.
I'm going to the
Finally,
sea.
I'm free!
I've never seen the ocean before.
I'm free!
All right, so you can do all that. You write up your letter. That'll give you tonight to
repick spells.
Or I guess the morning to swap out all of your spells and finish your preparations.
And we could tell Mr. Crowley the plan today while he still has speech, right? Or you have the bangle. So you can talk to him even if...
Yeah, the bangle, you activate it, talk to him for an hour.
Okay, cool, yeah. Because, if he doesn't know the plan, and then you swap his abilities...
Yeah.
And then you tell him to fly...
You tell him the whole thing, and then you say, if you see a member of the Ashen Star during your flight, be sure to poop on his head.
Exactly.
Save your poop for that moment.
We need to disrupt them as much as possible.
All right, it's a plan.
Guys, this plan is great.
We do that.
It saves us 7 silver.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, foolproof.
We're only taking away Zara's most important class feature.
All that has to happen is for Mr. Crowley to get captured by a hunter.
Yeah. Or shot
and then
down.
He's not dead, but he's trapped, and then I never have any spells for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I was thinking of that scene. There's some scene, I can't remember if it was Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, where they were laying siege to some castle, and then they just had archers set up that every time they tried to send a raven, they would just shoot it down. So they couldn't send word, they couldn't send for help, because they're just
my gosh. So brutal.
If he gets captured, I'm pretty sure there's something you can do.
Yeah.
I don't think your familiar has to be dead. In the case of a witch, I don't think it has to be dead for you to summon it, does it?
I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, conjecture.
It is relevant because capturing is a thing.
Yeah, true.
I'm kind of curious about this too, right? Because, like, if Braun were captured, would I be able to make a new familiar? Not that I want one.
But if your hands were tied, then...
I wouldn't want to lose my class feature for, like, months. I mean, how long is he captured is the question before Kardain would start to look for a new friend.
It only talks about what happens if it dies. So.
Yeah, that would be the worst of both worlds if your familiar gets captured and then they're not dead, so you can't get a new one, but you don't know where they are.
Yeah. That's on the list of, like, scummy, diabolical GM maneuvers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
They just try to, like, capture all of the familiars of their party. Just to lock them in familiar purgatory.
Yeah, GMs like that are like 1 or 2 steps above telemarketers.
I think stuff like that can be fun for a brief, occasional challenge.
Yeah, if it's like an actual quest and you have an inkling of where they are and then you have to go rescue your familiar, that sounds pretty cool. But if you're just like, nope, he's gone, haven't heard from him.
Your spellcasting class can no longer cast spells. Have fun.
You are completely nerfed.
Right. That seems especially bad for the witch. I feel like any other familiar class, it's fine.
Right.
Because, like, their class will still function.
Yep.
But no. So apparently that's how you beat the witch class, is you abduct their familiar.
Note to selves in case we come upon any witch enemies.
Yeah, and the DM's like, I won the game, guys, I beat you.
I won Pathfinder.
Aren't we having fun?
Okay, so for the rest of this day, you draft up the letter, you explain the plan to Mr. Crowley, and you reason that you can stay up on the roof of Basil's apothecary and find a spot that has a decent angle to that corner of the greenhouse.
Nice.
I mean, it's not a great view because the glass is all wavy and it's through and around corners and whatever, but you can at least see if something's moving around in there.
Okay.
Oh, I'll bring my sleeping bag. It'll be like old times again. Camping out under the stars.
Sleeping on the roof.
Yes.
I'm cool with Brian's plan, or suggestion to prep alarm. Give up a first level spell slot. That's not that big a deal. We could also plant Braun close.
True.
He could be nice and close to the greenhouse and peek in.
He can't grapple people, right?
No.
Correct.
Not sure if I should give you this idea.
Oh, he could be in the greenhouse? I don't want him to get exposed to the bugs and get killed.
Saying you could, if you made him take his plant form ability.
Right.
That's true. He'd be exposed to the bugs.
He would be exposed. What if I planted him outside the greenhouse, but he's still a plant?
Yeah, you could do that.
You could have him burrow underneath so that his little face is poking out right where the hole is, like in the earth, so he can see the person, and I ID them as they come by.
Oh, man.
And as soon as they pop up, he goes, bah! And they get scared and fall down the ladder and die.
Yeah, that's fair. That's actually safe. So that chamber is safer than the greenhouse. That's an interesting idea.
But if the person spots him and kills Braun,
he's dead.
Yeah,
it might not be worth it. But that was a cool idea, Jay. I liked it. Why don't we just stake out and I'll cast the alarm spell.
Do you have that prepped already?
I don't, so we don't have it for tonight. I prepped different spells. I don't think they're going to come back and place bugs already, right? Weren't these fresh bugs? We can still scout with our eyeballs, okay?
Exactly.
We'll take turns. I'll watch, then you can watch, then Braun can watch. He's proven himself. He woke me up in that one fight that went horribly wrong.
All right, well, those are our plans. I don't think, does anybody else have anything else that they want to do in the intervening days? I mean, I just try to sneak out of Harrogate as surreptitiously as I can and be back in my own bed before anybody comes to wake me. That's pretty much my routine, and then I'll just go about my normal business on the grounds and attending to all my responsibilities.
You're just going to be spending all of your time out sleeping on the roof?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless someone else wakes you up?
Yep.
Okay. Well, fortunately, no one appears the first night, so you have time to swap out your spells.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet.
Let's do it. All right, Brian, I will prep alarm.
Excellent. Many thanks.
And I will choose mental instead of audible. Seems like the right play.
All right, I think I'm done. Yeah.
So, Verrol, do you even sleep in the same room as your wife?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so I guess that you're not going to be discovered by her sneaking out, probably?
Yeah. No, I don't have... I have my own bedchamber.
All right.
Something I would like to do in the intervening days is identify the other item I got from my patron, the pendant in the shape of an eye.
When it comes to identifying things, I would highly recommend do or do not. There is no try, because if we do it wrong, then we're in big trouble.
Yeah, so yeah, if I have the opportunity, I'll do it with Read Aura to get a +2. Circumstance bone.
I'm pretty sure you got a regular failure, which is... Okay, you can't try again for 1 day.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, that means you could try again.
Already? Okay, so anyway, continue with your narration of the following morning, or whatever you're going to say, and then I'll do that after.
You took turns watching over the night, and you didn't see anyone come into the greenhouse. When you go down to check in the morning, you don't see any new bugs there. Then you send Mr. Crowley away, and I guess you gave him speech too, right?
I gave him touch, I was going to do touch telepathy, but I guess I could do speech. I'll do touch telepathy, and that way he can...
Yeah, touch telepathy only works with you.
Oh, does it? Okay. In that case, I'll do speech, because I want him to be able to communicate to my father, just in case.
Braun is going to have dark vision, and I do want him still to make an extra elixir in the morning with me.
Oh yeah, is that like a routine? Do you just make new ones and give them to us each day, like in the morning? Because if we just hold on to them, they expire, right?
Yeah, that could be a routine. They do expire, you can't sell them, so I like that. I will give 2 elixirs to Brian and 2 elixirs to Jay, and I'll keep 1.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd like to get into the routine of doing it.
Okay, yeah, I have 2.
I have 2
You do
as
have
well.
2.
Yep.
Okay, you just didn't drink them, but they didn't expire, or...
it says this item is temporary and will expire after duration or during daily preparations. I don't think that Foundry makes them expire. It just
automates that. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It just puts a note next to it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just keep the ones that we have, and then...
Yeah, and just say that we're getting them from you every day.
Cool.
So let's do that identification check.
All right. So I'm going to try an occultism identify magic roll to identify the pendant that I got from my patron, the pendant in the shape of an eye.
Can I help out? Am I able to jump in on this too?
Maybe.
Oh, that's Mr. Crowley's trying to identify it. That's why.
Oh. I still have Mr. Crowley selected. All right, gotta switch.
That would make a difference.
By the way, now that I've heard that song, I can't stop thinking about it every time I say, Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley.
Bow, bow, bow.
It's so funny to me that neither of you guys... I can understand Thane not knowing.
Yeah.
It still blows my mind that neither of the Stout brothers knew.
Yeah, I don't have a major, knowledge of the Sabbath catalog. I've only heard, the bigger hits that are, they play on the radio often.
Oh, yeah. I think I outed myself when we were talking about it earlier in the show. I really think I only know that song because my brothers and I played a lot of the Guitar Hero games.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Still haven't heard it. All right, so I'm going to attempt an occultism roll with a +13. So hopefully that will be good enough to not give us a critical failure.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother because nature wouldn't be very good anyway for this.
That is a solid bonus.
+13. We need to find some ancient, cultish warden documents for Zara ID. We need to find those witch scarecrows we were talking about.
Okay, so you believe that, first of all, just wearing the pendant will be enough to generally activate its main feature, and you think that it seems to be giving you more information about occult mysteries and such as you're wearing it.
It's your third eye.
Yeah.
I don't know a way to say this without just coming right out and saying it, but it seems like you can cast spell from it.
Oh.
Ooh.
That sounds juicy.
That's nice. It comes with a spell attached?
Does it seem like you can cast a specific spell, or you can load it up with a spell, and is there a spell level that kind of makes itself apparent there?
Yeah, I don't think there's a good way to hint at it without making it very obvious, so...
Zara, why don't you just cast the spell on me and we'll see what it does?
Oh, good idea.
Great idea.
Hit me right here.
You can experiment with it a little bit if you're willing to do that sort of thing.
Yes.
Actually, could you shoot it at Mr. Crowley instead?
Well, not anymore. I just sent him off.
Oh, true.
Oh, we'll have to use Braun, I reckon.
Oh, no. We can use it on me. It'll be fine.
So what it does is it actually allows you to cast the guidance cantrip.
Very cool.
That is useful, because you didn't have access to that before?
I was going to say, can you cast that?
I did. I do have guidance learned, but I haven't prepared it in a while.
But now you don't have to prep it.
Exactly.
Extra cantrip slot.
It could come from this.
Yeah.
And you could be swiping that cooldown, because I think it's a separate cooldown per character, right? Like,
yes.
if I guidanced somebody, it's my 10-minute cooldown.
Well, whoever you targeted, the cooldown is the same on them. Like, once someone's had it cast on them, they can't have it cast on them again for 10 minutes.
For 1 hour.
1 hour.
But here's the thing. If Zara had guidance, then maybe I don't need to prep guidance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Frees up one of your...
Saves us both a slot.
Slots, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it saves us a cantrip slot. Cantrip slots are important, especially for lower-level spellcasters.
That's true.
I like it. That sounds pretty good.
Pretty swell.
Guidance being one action is nice.
It is.
So it's attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check. Nice.
So pretty much any D20 roll, right?
But you got to use it immediately. You should be able to find a spot for this in your action economy, Brian.
Yes, indeed. All right.
How about I just go ahead and identify it for you, and you pretend that you don't know the full description? 'Cause it's not a major thing that you'd be revealing this way.
So in other words, I got a success, but not a crit. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, Pendant of the Occult. Very cool. Okay, moving right along. Very exciting getting magic items.
Right? Yeah, so we dig in for our second night of surveillance.
All right. Yes, it's the second night on watch. You have the alarm spell cast, and I guess you're all asleep.
I think we still take watches, right?
Yeah, I think we should. Even though we have the alarm spell, there's no reason to...
Yeah, we should. I mean, one of us can be wearing armor. Kardain, if you or I happen to be on watch, then we can be in our armor.
True.
Do I have notes on which one of you goes in what watch order? Zara, Kardain, Verrol?
That sounds right to me.
I think in this case, since I want to be home early, maybe I should be the first watch, like in the evening, and then that way I can sleep and still get up early enough to leave while someone else is.
So, Verrol, Zara, Kardain? Verrol, Kardain, Zara?
Zara, Kardain.
That would put this during Zara's watch. Kardain wakes up as he hears the ping of the alarm.
Whoa.
And then Zara, you see around that same time the tiles being lifted in the corner. Again, you can't see a very detailed picture of what's going on inside, but you can see the motion of a head poking out, lifting up the tile. So just like the top of a face, and you can't see the facial features.
Yeah.
After a few seconds, it lowers back down, and then a box comes out and gets pushed inside, and it looks like they do something with the box, and then the tile goes back down.
Okay.
After about 20 seconds or so, you start to see movement around the box of just like dark shapes.
And presumably they wouldn't leave the box, otherwise it would be obvious that they had done it.
Evidence, yeah.
Alright, so you just stay there watching?
Yeah, okay, so we see dark shapes moving around, so they do come in fully formed, or mostly fully formed, not just eggs, yeah. Yep, and I think we just watch.
Okay, so about 5 minutes later, after this cloud of bugs has spread out over most of the greenhouse, you see the tile lifts up, and the box is quickly snatched, and the tile closed.
Ah, I see. There we go.
Do you want to do anything now?
What do we think? Do we want to fight them in the middle of the night?
I don't see an advantage to us fighting the bugs immediately. Do you guys?
I would say if we're going to fight them tonight, we should wait just like half an hour or something to make sure that the person's actually gone. They're not going to hang around in the smelly sewers any longer than they have to.
Yeah, I think the advantage of fighting them tonight is that the bugs don't have a chance to ruin the crops as much.
Right. That's also very true. And we have the light stone again, so light wouldn't be a problem for Verrol. That was something I was thinking about. No, I think I'm happy with my spell loadout to fight the bugs. I feel more prepared to fight the bugs than before.
Okay.
Good. All right, let's do it.
All right. We wait a good 20, 30 minutes or so, and then we head on in and do some exterminating.
Well, let's not head in immediately. I have some cool new tools. I have a tool for you, Verrol, as well.
Oh, all right. Something that I can actually contribute to this manner of combat.
Oh, you're going to contribute to this next fight. I've made sure of it. I have a particular spell that is perfect
I have a particular set of spells.
If Brian and I know what we're facing, we can prepare some excellent silver bullets. And I've been thinking you didn't have that much fun when we fought the bugs last time. So this spell under normal circumstances is bad. But this one's really cool in the case of something like this. So Kardain starts to, he's chanting, "Fire spirits, I need you to make something for my friend here." And he casts a spell called Blazing Armory.
Whoa.
All right. As long as you have magic, you're never unarmed. You materialize a flaming simulacrum of any common, simple, or martial weapon into the target's grasp. I'll target Verrol. The target must have a free hand to hold the weapon, or it falls to the ground. All right. It will function as a +1 striking weapon, and its damage type will change to fire.
Wow.
What weapon should we make for Verrol? I feel like it'd be cool for it to be something different than a rapier. That's all I'm saying. We could make you a throwing weapon.
Why would that be cool? What would be not cool about me using a flaming rapier?
No. A flaming rapier is cool. Technically, I'm the control of the spell. Technically, I get to choose what the weapon is.
Fair. I'm just saying. So you're thinking just to keep me away from getting damaged by making it a ranged weapon?
I would love to keep you away from getting damaged, and I also would love for you to get to explore different weapons, because there's so many different weapons.
So many. I mean, I do have a high dex.
Like, do you want to throw chakram? Do you want to throw, like, ninja stars? A shuriken? Oh, wait, that has monk. Never mind.
I want to be as effective as possible in the damage that I deal. That is my primary concern, while getting bitten as seldom as possible.
Do you want, like a blazing whip?
It says common, simple, or martial, so it has to be common.
Okay, common, simple, or martial. Got it. Okay. I mean, I'll pick something for you if nothing's jumping out at you.
Yeah, no, like I said, I just wanted... I mean, I assume fire will make me more effective, but if there's a specific mundane damage type that we think is less effective against these bugs than another, like, I mean, if we're squashing bugs, then something... bludgeoning would seem to be on flavor.
Oh, no. It no longer would be bludgeoning. It literally changes...
Just fire?
Its damage to fire.
Okay.
Yes.
Kind of needs finesse.
It needs finesse. Yes. Okay,
true.
Yeah, because of how he works. Okay, well, that narrows it down.
I think rapier is pretty much his best.
But I don't necessarily want Verrol to have to get in with the swarm, right?
True.
Ooh, dueling spear. Also uncommon. All the good stuff's uncommon.
You can have a corset knife. That's an item. There's also a forked bipod.
You know what? I don't know if you're going to find a weapon aside from a ranged one that's going to keep me out of harm's way here.
Scourge is interesting. It would have sweep. You know how, like, Stoke, rest his soul, maybe. Stoke had sweep. So Scourge is agile and sweep. Oh, it's non-lethal. Never mind. We don't want that.
Let's just go with rapier. I know that's boring, but flaming rapier is...
It's super boring. No.
A flaming rapier is where my wheelhouse is. Like, I train with a rapier every single day. So I like rapiers. I'm comfortable with rapiers, and having a flaming one that doesn't hurt me and looks awesome in the night while I'm swinging it around seems great.
But couldn't we just give you a ranged attack?
There are so many other options.
I could just make you a throwing knife, and the way that this spell works is it'll rematerialize every time you throw it.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. All right, let's go with throwing knife then.
Cool. Although the star knife... Wait a second. Whoa. We're making a big mistake. The star knife is just essentially a better throwing dagger. We should make flaming star knives. It has deadly on it. Come on. That's one of the same traits as a rapier.
Uh-huh. So it's striking, deadly.
Agile, deadly, finesse, thrown 20 feet.
And striking.
It doesn't have striking.
Yeah, because the spell gives it striking.
Yes, the spell would give it striking.
Agile, deadly, striking.
I think you should try out this fiery star knife of awesome.
I like it.
Let's do that.
So it's flaming, agile, deadly, striking, and what else?
Finesse. Thrown.
Finesse.
And it replenishes. It literally will replenish itself into your grasp.
Okay.
Right? Am I reading the spell correctly, Thane?
It's a deal. Let's make it happen.
Let's fight some stuff.
Thrown weapons rematerialize in the target's hands after strikes are complete.
Bro.
I love it.
That's perfect. It's even better than your necklace thing, because your necklace, you have to spend an action to get another knife. This just literally rematerializes.
That is juicy.
So you get to really leverage the strength of a throwing weapon. I think this spell could revolutionize Verrol for this fight.
I will revolutionize with it. I will utilize.
In fact, Zara and I will sit back and watch as you destroy all the bugs by yourself.
Great.
Indeed.
plan.
Perfect.
Yeah. And as bad as this spell is, it is a 5-minute duration. This is a buff before the raid kind of a thing.
Sick.
All right. Speaking of raiding, let's raid.
I want to splash all of us with water shields.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did take that spell.
Reviving splash. Rousing splash.
Yeah. Put it in the chat. Everybody splash yourself.
Splash, splash.
Everybody splash.
Splashity splash.
Ooh, I got 4.
I got a 2.
Okay, I got a 4 from the splash.
Okay, you guys didn't splash very well. We should splash our familiars, Brian.
Braun gets a 7.
Nice.
He's very protected. Braun, you stay in the familiar satchel, okay? I'm sorry. Enjoy the water.
Yeah, I can't splash Mr. Crowley because he's not here.
And so, we enter initiative order and stride forth into the bowels of the greenhouse.
We're gonna do this.